Hey you guys, my name is Emily Burgess and I am a Diamond with Plexus, and I'm really excited to continue the series that we did a couple of months ago, the Silver and Six series, and now we're transitioning to Going Gold. I'm really excited about this series. I hope that you guys have really enjoyed the two other videos that have gone before mine. Super rich, full of really great information. So today I get to talk to you about social media, and I'm excited about it because I am not like a social media influencer. I don't have thousands and thousands and thousands of people on my social media. I don't live and breathe social media, but I'll tell you, 95% of my business has come from social media. So I want to share a few tips and tricks and things that I have learned and things that have worked, things that haven't worked, that can hopefully help you as you are continuing to grow your business. So when I started my Plexus business, before I started, I was very infrequent with social media. I would post every now and then, but really I spent the majority of time on social media just being one of those weirdos, just like scrolling. Sometimes I'd like, occasionally I would maybe comment. But I was wasting my time. I was not contributing by adding value to anybody. I was literally just wasting time, just looking at people's stuff. And so when I first thought about starting Plexus, a girlfriend of mine who is not a part of Plexus told me, hey, I've heard that if you want to do Plexus and if you want to do it well, you need to post 4 or 5 times a day. And when she said that, I was like, I'm not going to do that because I did not want to be that person at all. Like, I did not want to be that girl that people would see on social media and just scroll past and roll their eyes. And I'm sure none of you want that either. And so when it came time for me to move towards this business, I had to make some decisions of how I wanted to operate my business. I'd seen things done well, and I'd seen things that kind of made me roll my eyes. And so first step that I did was I kind of acknowledged, what is it that makes me roll my eyes and keep scrolling? So take a look at that. And then the second thing would be, what makes me stop and read? So that was important for me to acknowledge, so that way I would lean into the things that I was attracted to and pull back from the things that were really unattractive to me. And so some of those things that were unattractive for me was seeing the same post, the same testimony circulating over and over and over again with so many different people. So when I started my business, if I would see a really great testimonial that somebody would post that I thought, oh, this is really moving, instead of posting it immediately, I would save it. I would click the 3 dots in the right-hand corner. I would save it. And then maybe in a couple of months, I would share it after people had maybe forgotten about it, because that was one of the things that really discredited Plexus before I began. Was I would see these stories constantly reposted, and I didn't like that. So that's something that I have chosen that I don't want to do. Resharing or resharing like graphics, especially blurry, dated ones. I don't do graphics because that doesn't make me stop and think. The stories is what makes me stop. That's what makes me stop and read. And so for me, I don't do the graphics. I don't reshare testimonials that a lot of people are sharing at that same time. And then something that does make me stop before I began and now, it's just people who are relatable, people who are real, people who are adding value. And so I knew that's what I want to do and what I don't want to do when I start my Plexus business. So what are the things that make you stop and read versus the things that make you keep scrolling? Keep account of that. So now I'm going to talk to you a little bit about tips on how to continually show up to social media in a way that adds value, in a way that's fun, in a way that you're not getting caught up into that comparison trap, and in a way that just brings joy and eliminates burnout. Because I think social media can be a place where we feel a lot of pressure of I need to show up every day. I need to have something to do. I need to stand out above the crowd. So these are some things that I have found that have helped me. So first thing is being coachable. Doing what you're doing right now, coming and learning from people maybe who've gone before you, learning some of their tips, some of their tricks, some of the things that work, some of the things that don't work, being coachable and being learning, constantly being in a learning mindset. Setting once a day or once a week customer care check-ins is another great fun way to share on social media. So if you have Monday is my customer care day. I'm going to go and check in on my customers, and I'm going to ask them, like, what are they feeling? Are they experiencing, are they starting to notice changes in their energy and their weight and their sleep and their mood and their cravings? Tell me what you're starting to see now that you've been on the triplex for a couple of weeks. And then if they come back and they tell me, oh, Emily, I've noticed, like, I'm losing a couple of inches. I actually am going to the bathroom and I'm sleeping through the night. I'm going to celebrate that, but then I might also take a little screenshot of that and I might put it in a really pretty little graphic and put it on my stories. And I definitely will not put their name in there unless they want me to. But that is another really great way to, like, just add belief and to yourself and into your social media. So an example, like one of my hairdressers a couple of weeks ago, she told me a great win that she had from her triplex. And so this is an example of what I did with a post. I just had a picture of myself, and I just said, so my hairdresser told me last week that she's lost 8 pounds since January. She's not having stomach issues near as regular, and she has a lot more energy and motivation to focus on living healthy. Not too shabby of a hair appointment. And that was all. And I had almost like 100 likes on that. And I had people that were interested. So that was really fun, utilizing those wins. Also, if you're, in a thread where you've got people, maybe sideline sisters, accountability partners, power partners, and you guys are running together, maybe make a commitment to one another to drop wins in there, like when you're doing your customer care day, maybe dropping those wins into your thread. Or if you have somebody that comes to you and says something really positive, drop it into the thread. And that, again, is going to build the belief of you all. And it's going to be really great value adding content that you can add to your social media. Another, thing that I really like to do with social media is having variety in my post. So I am drawn to, like, the red post where it's all about, like, the income and the opportunity, because that is what we really needed when we started this opportunity. But if I'm only posting about the opportunity, then I'm missing 75% of the other people, right? So there are 4 colors in the color personality for network marketing. Go do some research, but you've got yellow. And for the yellows, I would do like testimonials or things that show that you're helping other people. So testimonials would be for the yellows. The reds, like I said, would be for, the income opportunity, the bonuses, the business side, the time freedom that you get. Green would be, they're the researchers. So maybe you've looked at your info sheet of Joyome and you just saw a really great bit of information that you didn't even know about. Don't make it huge and long, but you can share like a little bit of information from the info sheet. Or you have just read Harvard Medical about the gut health connection to mood, and you can do a little something in there. So that would be great for your greens. And then your blues are the party people. They're the ones that want to have fun. So that's where you can share about the community and the trips and the prizes and all those things. So I like to have variety in my posts. So keep that in mind for you as you are doing your post. The next thing is really, really important. So you want to be a contributor. You don't want to just be what I was before I started, where I'm just taking because I'm just reading people's stuff. I'm not adding value. So don't be that person. Add value so people will want to come back to your page. They'll be drawn to, like if you're somebody that does recipes, like I struggle with recipes. So I'm going to come and look at yours because I know consistently you are sharing some recipes that you're making for your family. That adds value to me. So again, going back to the question that I asked at the beginning, what makes you stop? Most of the time, it's probably because it's going to be something that's adding value to you. So how can you add value to people through social media? I've got a couple of examples here. So like I said, you cook for your family, share recipes that you're making for the week. Maybe meal planning. That's really great because we all have to eat. You've read an article about the benefits of X, Y, and Z. Share that. You have an entertaining story to tell. My husband is a writer, and so he's a really good writer, and he'll share stories, and so many people find such value in that. So if that's a talent or a gift of yours, share a fun story. You found a great deal, share that. You have a great DIY project or like a summer project, 4th of July, fun thing for your kid, share that. And Pinterest is amazing. Pinterest has so many great ideas that you can offer then back to your audience. You started gardening, share about that. How did you start? What are you doing? How are you, like daily updates in that? Your family is doing the 1,000 hours outside project for the year. Share what you're doing outside. You've read a book about healthy habits that's changing your day. Share about that. You love to read labels and you are always looking for healthy alternatives. Share about those things. You found a life hack like how to wash strawberries. Share about that. You enjoy decorating. Share about that. People love a good before and after. Your family loves to travel on a budget. Share about that. See, so you don't have to be somebody like this big influencer. You have things, you have rhythms in your life. You have things that you're passionate about that may not seem like they're important to you or a big deal to you, but I promise you that when you're sharing them consistently, people are going to find value in that. I'm going to tell you, I have gotten really big into routine and habits and rhythms. And so I've been sharing a lot about that. And I remember one time I got into my head because I will just share a link for the 20-minute YouTube video that I did that morning. And at one point I got in my head because I thought, I'm just a stay-at-home mom. I mean, I work, obviously. I work, but I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm 41 years old and I'm doing a 20-minute YouTube video. This is ridiculous. This is silly. People who actually know about health and wellness, they probably would just think I'm an idiot. And I had to stop myself and say, but that's not true. There are a lot of 40-year-old women who don't want to go to a gym and be crazy intense. They want to just do something from their home where they're getting in some exercise. So I have value to offer by sharing these things. You have value to offer by sharing. So don't get in your head. Another thing that has helped me with my social media is following people that I connect with. I don't want you to follow a ton of people because then that's going to be a time suck. So find a couple of people within Plexus that you really connect to or relate with, and then go and save some of their posts. If there are posts that stand out to you, like one of my girls, Carrie Compton, man, she is such a great poster. And so I will see posts of hers all the time. And I'll go to those 3 buttons or 3 dots in the right-hand corner and I will save that and I will eventually come back and use that as inspiration. I'm not going to copy and paste it because I'm all about being real and authentic. I think that is very, very important. But I'm going to utilize some of her really great posts as inspiration. I might take a sentence out of it and then let that spur on a whole new post for me. So follow people. Another tip in that is you can actually unfollow, not unfriend, but you can unfollow Plexus people. I love so many Plexus people, but as I've grown in this company and as I've been here for a while, I have a lot of people on my team or a lot of people on my Facebook that are with Plexus and I love them and I want to know about their lives, but that is not helping my business necessarily. And so a lot of times I will unfollow. So my feed is full of my potentials and people who haven't joined me yet. Utilizing your stories is a really fun way to add that value, to kind of share who you are, share your authentic self, add that value with the recipes or the workouts or the DIY things. But getting into your stories pretty regularly, every day, every other day, I tend to do it every day. And then on the weekends, I will try to take a little bit of time off because I think that's important. Making sure that you're connecting with others is another huge important part of social media. Obviously, you're being social, but that also in a business capacity is going to help boost you up into their newsfeed. And so a way that I do that and prioritize that every single day is through birthdays. So I will see whose birthday it is on my social media. I will go into a messenger with them, send them a message. If I don't know them all that well, I'll send them, something like, hey, Sarah Beth, happy birthday. I hope that you have a really, really great day today where you feel very loved, very cherished. Have a great day. Or if it's somebody that I have a relationship with, I will take the time and send them a message, a heartfelt message, telling them what I love about them, maybe reminding them of a fun memory between the two of us, and just really celebrating them. Not only is that connecting us heart to heart, I love that. I feel so fulfilled in that. But also, again, it is helping that connection. It's helping boost into the algorithm. So that's really important. Let's see what else. Last thing I want to say is I know social media can be overwhelming. we look at all these influencers and we see all these people, we see our like number versus somebody else's like number. You guys, in the grand scheme of things, that does not matter. When you know that what you're doing is adding value to other people, you're having fun, you're not worrying about being perfect, you're sharing what you're learning, you're sharing fun stories, you're enjoying what you're doing, people are going to be drawn to that. People are not drawn to perfection, at least the people in my corner. We're not drawn to perfection. We are drawn to people who love life, who are fun, who are relatable, who we can connect with. If you have not watched Amber Miller's training that she did at Convention 2023, I really recommend you go do that. She had a really great segment over social media. But just be relatable, have fun. Don't get into that comparison trap because that's going to paralyze you. And then you're going to have this burnout. You're not going to want to show up. But when you make it about other people, it changes everything. I'll tell you, 95% of my business has come through social media, and it has taken me a long time to not worry about what other people think, to not stress over, I need to have this perfect niche. I need to know I need to know who my audience is. I need to know all these things. When I dropped that stuff and I just started enjoying what I was doing, then I started to see more people come around. Make sure that you are having fun. Again, remember the variety with your social media Plexus post. I like to do about 30% of my posts Plexus and the other 70% just fun. I do not want my people to come to my page and just see Plexus, Plexus, Plexus. That's not inviting. That would not make me stop my scroll. But if I'm seeing somebody sharing different things that add value to me, I'm going to go back. And if I'm seeing that she's connecting with me, she loves me, I'm all over the place, but do a hot 20 list. Like if you have people that you really, really want on your team, make a list of 20 of those people and be intentional in connecting with them throughout the month. Anyways, those are a few of my tips. John Maxwell says that everything worthwhile is uphill, but he also says consistency compounds. So know that this is hard and this is a skill set that we can learn and we can have fun with, but it is challenging. It is hard. But when you can be consistent in that and you can grow consistently and fail forward and make adjustments as needed, you will see that compound and you will see that growth in your business. Thanks, guys.